Tony D and Little Joan in the background. She bailed on me. And this is a screenwriter's rant on Mack and Rita about a woman who wishes she was old. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 9 available at Amazon.com. All right, so Mack, or this is Mack. I don't know who Mack is. It's Mack and Rita, and I think Mack is this young hot blonde girl who wishes she was an old lady and always has. And then one day, and she writes a book about it, and she's very successful 30-year-old, but her friends are immature, I guess, and she wants to be old and sophisticated. And she goes to, like, I don't know, Coachella or some kind of thing. And this dude puts her in a booth and, I don't know, whispers some ancient spell. And when she comes out, she's Diane Keaton. And so it's Diane Keaton in the lead role. And Diane Keaton's very talented. This is kind of a dumb premise, though. It's really dumb. So it's about a young girl who turns into an old lady. And then, of course, being an old lady, she's able to, I don't know, find herself somehow, which is a positive message, but the whole premise is just dumb. So she gets a boyfriend, even though she's old. She joins an old lady group, and then she still does her job, even though she's old, and, you know, wacky adventures happen at the Pilates class, because that's part of her job, covering Pilates. And then she's friends with the old ladies, and she turns being old into a thing. They call her Gram or something. You can see all the hits she's getting. So it's like, this is a ladies movie. This is a ladies comedy. It's for you, ladies. I mean, Diane Keaton is fun. She's fun. She's all right. The girl who's her friend, and so then, you know, it's all about her finding herself, and then probably at the end she finds the hippie guy again and demands to be turned back. And he's like looking at her like, oh, I just sell rocks on necklaces or whatever. This guy's a comedic actor. I forget his name, but I've seen him in stuff before. And then Diane Keaton's like, change me back. I want to be 30 again. So, you know, I'm not sure the message here. It's a bizarre kind of message. It's called Mack and Rita. August 12th, only in theaters. Very heavily social media stuff. So, is it good? It's a funny take from Diane Keaton. I mean, Diane Keaton is very funny. You know, she looks like she's having fun with it. She's even doing a little physical comedy. But I don't know. It seems like a very dumb premise. I'm not sure who this movie's aimed at. Like, normally this kind of movie would be like a kid's movie. You know, it would be a kid's movie where it was like, oh, I wish I was young. And then it would be about, you know, grandma being trapped in a young body and then, you know, coming to regret it. But the other way around, I'm not sure who this is for. It's a weird dynamic. I don't know if it's been done before. It's definitely been done the other way. But it's very girly movie. There's all girl stuff, like 100% girl. So, first act, she is Mack. I think she calls herself Aunt Rita for some reason. Anyhow, Mack is an influencer, and she always thought she should have been born in was born in a wrong time. And I don't know, wants to be an old lady for some reason. It's kind of a bizarre start. So it's not really about the time period. It's about her being old. It's weird. Anyhow, so her friends act very young and immature, I guess, which, you know, good on her, I guess, for wanting to be the mature one. So they go to Coachella or whatever, and then the hippie man turns her into Diane Keaton. And the second act is, oh my God, I'm old now. And then she tries to tell her friends, who first don't believe her, but then they do. because she proves it, however she proves it. And so then they try to, her friend tries to help her, and they can't find Hippie Man, and then she has to live her life and do all these other things as she gets distracted. You know, it'll probably be a thing where, like, oh yeah, Coachella left, won't be into this other town for about a month, so you gotta ride out the month as an old lady until we can find this guy. And that gives them an excuse for her to, like, be in Diane Keaton's body long enough to do stuff, but not so long that we're not going to see some sort of ending here. So the second act is mostly her, finding her true calling because she's not herself, kind of thing. Which, again, it's not horrible, but it's kind of a dumb setup, I guess. And Diane Keaton almost makes it work. I mean, because she is very good. And then finally, the third act, it's about, well, will she go back? I think she would. I mean, I think anybody would. I don't think people really want to be old. I think that's not the right word for it. But anyhow, she goes back to being herself. The hippie man changes her back. And she learns an important lesson at the end. So it's a very light comedy. Totally aimed at women. Who's it for? I guess it's for older women. I guess because I guess the message is it's not bad being old. It's actually a desirable thing. To some extent, I agree with that. I do. As I've gotten older, some things are really cool about being older. Some things aren't, obviously, but a lot of things are, and you'll be surprised. You'll get there. I won't spoil it for you, but you'll get there. So, but it's just kind of an odd movie. Is it going to be funny? It looks kind of watchable. I mean, Diane Keaton is pretty good, at her job. She's a pretty good actress. She was always funny in the Woody Allen movies, so, I could see this movie doing okay. I'm not sure about theaters, though. Seems like, I don't know if you're going to get, I mean, if this was on, like, the Hallmark Channel, this would be the top tier thing on the Hallmark Channel, or Lifetime, or one of those channels. Something on streaming. I can't see it doing well in theaters, but maybe, I guess, if enough women go out and see it. I can't see the men wanting to go see this. I just can't say, guys have a different bar for movies. Number one, it's a woman's comedy, so I don't think the guys are going to find it very funny. I mean, it's amusing, it's light. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying, what I am saying is I'd probably watch it and probably the most I would do is go, huh. Whereas women might relate to it more because it's a very women movie, right? So, like this sort of slapsticky stuff, I mean, it might be funny. Pilates and wigs and dinners and going to Coachella and the hippie man and the tanning booth and living in LA and getting a boyfriend. I mean, going on Instagram. It's all women stuff. Yeah, some guys do this stuff, but it's not like women do it. Women do it differently. So, I don't know if there's a big enough audience here. Maybe the Sex and the City crowd, their sequel show isn't doing so hot and they need something to go watch. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, there's a synopsis, so let's read this. When 30-year-old self-proclaimed homebody Mac Martin reluctantly joins a Palm Springs bachelorette trip for her best friend Carla, her inner 70-year-old is released, literally. The frustrated writer and influencer magically transforms into her future self, Aunt Rita. Freed from the constraints of other people's expectations, Rita comes to her own, being an unlikely social media sensation, and sparks a tentative romance with Mac's adorable dog sitter Jack, a sparkling comedy with a magical twist. Mack and Rita celebrates being true to yourself at any age. Yeah, I kind of want to like it. It's just not for me. It's just not a movie for me. But good on Diane Keaton getting work. Again, if you get dragged to this movie by your girlfriend, you'll probably be able to endure it better than most. Because Diane Keaton is at least out there trying to make it good, you know? And she does have the skill to make things pretty watchable. She's got charisma, and she's got a little bit of comic timing, you know? It's just that the situations you won't relate to. It's like, oh, that's stupid. That'll be guys when they're like, yeah, that's stupid. You know, why would she do that? Is that a thing? That's what you'll be saying through this movie, fellas. Ladies, you'll probably like it. Go with your girlfriends. This is a girlfriend movie. Go, you get with your girlfriends. You can go have a night out, see a movie, go to Applebee's, call it a day. And that's it for me. Speaking of calling it a day, I'm Tony D. Little Joan bailed on me. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. We got a Hollywoke hot take, which got overwhelmed by the abortion issue, and a news blast, which also got overwhelmed by the abortion issue today. Check me out tomorrow. We'll be doing the 2 p.m. Sunday live stream. It's going to be about Indian cinema. We're going to try this. I got to do some research. Still haven't done it. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how much I could do by tomorrow, but we'll see. And I'll see you tomorrow.